Hello. And welcome back. Are you in full summer harvest mode, picking zucchini, tomatoes, and basil around the clock? Or perhaps this spring you got busy and your plans to get the vegetable garden going just never went according to plan? Well, here's some good news. There is no need to put your gardening gloves away just because fall is approaching. There are still plenty of vegetables you can plant, even though the cold fall weather might make crop cultivation more difficult. As the season comes to an end, fall crops often require a bit more time to mature since they receive less daylight. Crops planted in the fall will typically be ready for harvest between September and October in temperate growing zones. Fortunately, a successful autumn garden depends on only a few simple rules. Let's look at those rules. Number 1. Get started early. It's already too late by the time many people start thinking about fall crops. Many late-season crops must be started in the peak of summer to ensure a successful fall and winter harvest. In most areas, this means planting in August to give your crops time to grow while growing conditions are still favorable. Some fast-growing fall crops like lettuce and radishes can be planted into late September, but many desirable fall crops like broccoli and carrots need several months of prime growing conditions to mature before frost and low light levels set in. When in doubt, plant your fall crops a little early. Number 2. Know how long it takes fall crops to grow. Each crop has a relatively predictable lifespan, which means you can roughly predict how long it will take to reach harvestable size. The crop's lifespan is typically defined by the phrase, days to maturity, which is printed on the seed package or plant tag. Days to maturity will vary slightly depending on environmental conditions, but these figures should be fairly accurate. As a general rule, plan your planting so that the crops have enough time to mature before the first frost. Number 3. Harvest your summer crops soon. Get out there and harvest your spring and summer crops. The success of your fall garden is dependent on how well you manage your spring and summer plantings. In most gardens, and in my case, where space is limited, early season crops must be harvested and removed from the garden as soon as possible. This clearing allows for new fall plantings. When choosing which fall crops to add to your garden, start by making an inventory of currently harvestable crops. This will allow you to determine how much space you will have available and prioritize the fall plantings you care about most. Number 4. Know that crops last longer in fall. Fall and winter turns your vegetable plot into a giant refrigerator. During the fall season, cool weather allows crops to hold longer in the garden once mature. Crops like broccoli, cabbage, and kale can live for months in the garden after they reach maturity. Even fast-growing crops like spinach, cilantro, and lettuce will hold their quality for much longer when planted for fall harvest. If you plan properly, you may be able to harvest from the garden all through the cold season and into the early spring. If you found my content useful or entertaining, please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my 200 square foot garden.